in the highlands of East Africa, where the Blue Nile rises and legends breathe with the wind, an empire once stood that rivaled the greatest civilizations of its time. This was Axum, a kingdom of gold, ivory, trade, and towering obelisks. And from its throne ruled a boy king who would transform not only a nation, but the future of an entire continent. His name was Ezana. He would become the first Christian emperor of Ethiopia, and in doing so, he would change the soul of Africa forever. This is the story of King Ezana, warrior, visionary, and the dawn of African Christianity. By the 4th century CE, Axum was already a major force in the ancient world. Situated in what is now northern Ethiopia and Eritrea, Axum controlled key trade routes connecting Africa, Arabia, and the Mediterranean. Its merchants bartered gold, incense, and ivory for silk, spices, and glass. Greek and Roman historians referred to Axum as one of the greatest powers of the age alongside China, Persia, and Rome. Its stone obelisks pierced the sky, its coins bore the faces of kings, and its influence stretched from the Red Sea to the heart of Sudan. Into this world, a young prince was born, Ezana. Ezana ascended to the throne as a child after the death of his father, King Ella Amida. But he would not rule alone. His tutor and spiritual guide was Frumentius, a Syrian Christian who had been taken in by the Axumite court after surviving a shipwreck. Frumentius saw potential in the boy, and he planted seeds not just of wisdom, but of faith. As Ezana grew into a man, his empire grew with him. He led campaigns against rival tribes and extended Axum's borders. His armies marched with discipline. His navy controlled trade on the Red Sea. But something deeper was happening within him. Under Frumentius's guidance, Ezana was quietly learning about the teachings of Christ, and when he made his decision, it would shake the ancient world. Somewhere between 320 and 330 CE, Ezana made history. He declared Christianity the state religion of Axum, becoming the first African monarch to do so. This wasn't just a personal belief, it was a political revolution. At a time when Rome was still wrestling with Christianity's place, Ezana made it official. He minted new coins with the Christian cross, one of the earliest uses in the world. Stone inscriptions replaced pagan symbols with references to Christ, the Lord of Heaven. Churches rose in stone, and across the Red Sea, Axum became a beacon of Christian faith in Africa and Arabia. Frumentius was ordained as the first bishop of Axum by Athanasius of Alexandria, solidifying Ethiopia's bond with the early church. Ezana didn't just convert the transformed civilization. Ezana's decision wasn't without risk. The gods of Axum, Marim, Beher, Astarhad, ruled for centuries. But Ezana was a strategist. Aligning with Christianity gave Axum legitimacy among powerful Christian allies, including Byzantium and Egypt. It boosted trade, it stabilized internal rule, and it gave Ezana moral authority as a king chosen by God. He styled himself King of Kings of Ethiopia. He left behind inscriptions in Ge'ez, Sabaean, and Greek, declaring his victories and his faith. These inscriptions found in places like Matara and Adila speak of a king who knew how to wield both sword and scripture. LLL. If you're captivated by this story of faith, empire, and African greatness, make sure to subscribe to this channel. There's so many more untold stories of powerful kings, warrior queens, and ancient civilizations waiting to be uncovered. So join us. Subscribe now and be part of this journey through time. Ezana ruled for decades. Under his leadership, Axum reached its cultural and territorial peak. His image was cast in gold, his proclamations carved into granite. But more than faith shaped Ethiopia's soul. His decision led to the rise of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, one of the oldest Christian churches in the world. A church that has endured invasions, emperors, and centuries of change. To this day, Ethiopia remains one of the few African nations with an unbroken Christian tradition dating back to antiquity. And it all began with a king and his mentor. King Ezana's tomb remains lost. His palace lies in ruins, but his legacy lives on in every cross etched into stone, every Ge'ez chant sung in the highlands, every church carved into rock. He was not just a king, he was a visionary, a boy who became an emperor, a conqueror who embraced Christ, a ruler who redefined his world, not through domination, but through transformation. The world remembers Constantine, but Africa remembers Ezana. And now, so do you. History isn't always written in Roman scrolls or carved in marble statues. Sometimes, it's whispered in the winds of Axum. This was the story of King Ezana, Ethiopia's first Christian emperor.